Hello and welcome to Cartola FC Game Week 9. My name is Sean. Let's get into the week. Okay, we'll start with a review of last week. Pretty good week for me, 69 points. That was 20 above average. Most of the forwards blanked. Caleri was the most popular option, and I ended up going with him thanks to Nestor being out. Freed up some cash for me. And I ended up going Allison, who got an assist. It was a nice little bonus for me. But the main players for me were Marlon and Ayrton Lucas, fullbacks, going against each other, and they both scored. So that was nice. Marlon got many tackles as well. That's what he does. Strong performance for him, 17.8 points. Also had the double Fortaleza clean. It was just a nice week for me overall. Forwards blanked for pretty much everyone unless you had Roger Geddes, who performed well, as Dudu as well, and Victor Roque for Atletico Paranaense. So, pretty good week for me. Let's check out next week. XG tables, team attack, Botafogo in first. At the beginning of the year, they were doing well on the field, getting results, but their stats weren't really backing that up. But now you can see their team attack is the top, and we'll see in the defense as well. So Botafogo, their stats are saying what they're doing on the field. So very deserving start to the season for them. Flamengo up top as well, thanks to a lot of penalties. They got another penalty last week. Gabby hit the bar. Pedro earned the penalty. It was surprising not to see him take that. Palmeiras up there as expected. Cruzeiro in fourth, a little surprising, along with Atletico Paranaense in fifth. So you can kind of see by tiers the colors. Cuiabá and Curitiba FC really struggling. 0.64, 0.74, that is dreadful. And we'll see this week Curitiba goes to Palmeiras, and we'll see their defensive stats here in a second. But very good matchup, and it's the obvious matchup to exploit this week. 0.64, awful, bottom of the league for Curitiba. You can see here Palmeiras, top of the league, 0.64. That's elite. That's an elite defense with Fortaleza there, surprisingly in second. But Palmeiras has been great all season. They won the league last year, and they have Curitiba at home. So attackers, that's a great matchup. And defenders, that's about the best matchup you can ask for. So very good for them. If you're looking at other attackers this week, unfortunately, there's not other matchups that are great. The bottom 5 teams in this table, Cruzeiro, Vasco, America, Grêmio, and Goiás, they're all at home this week. So not any away teams that are away that are awful in defense besides Curitiba. So Palmeiras, Curitiba, that's where we'll start. And honestly, let's take a look at the lineup that's predicted by Joga 10. Here's the Joga 10 predicted lineup for Palmeiras. You can see Rafael Veiga is going to be out this week due to his red card suspension. And honestly, if you just picked all Palmeiras players, that'd be a great team and easy team to pick budget-wise since Veiga is out. Bruno Tabata did score in the first leg against Fortaleza in the Cup. He's a good option. He did play on the right in Arthur's position, so I'm not sure how they're going to line up if Bruno will take the number 10 role that Veiga has left for him. Mikey or Rocha are good picks if we do get clarity on who's going to start. For center backs, it's obvious this week. Luan and Gustavo Gomez are locks. It's just an unnecessary risk to go against those guys. Fullbacks, it's a little different. Marlon has just been amazing this season. Even when he doesn't get a clean sheet, he gets either an attacking return or a bunch of tackles. However, high price and the MPV is the most important detail to be aware of. 12.4, pretty big risk to go with him. Even though his average is 11, 12.4 MPV, even for like a really good attacker, is kind of a red flag to stay away. So we're going to go with Piqueras and Mikey. Could go Xavier for Fluminense. Stats look good. He's at home. But Piqueras and Mikey do get forward for Palmeiras. Great price. Mikey MPV is very low. Just unnecessary risk to go against these guys. Piqueras and Mikey will round out my defense. I'm going to have at least quadruple, maybe even all 5 Palmeiras defenders. For midfielders, it is different. You can see here the Palmeiras guys are at the bottom. Obviously, Vega is going to be out, but Tabata is a decent attacking threat when he does play. He hasn't played at all in the league this season. We'll see. He's not like complete lock to start either. Menino has done well outside of the league, attacking-wise. Does shoot from distance quite well. Even when he doesn't get an attacking return, he does pick up some tackles. He's kind of a lock. Say Rafael, you could go against any of these top 3 guys on this chart. Yoran for Mineiro, Pochettino for Fortaleza. We will know that lineup. Arrascaeta for Flamengo is a nice option. He did score in the Cup as well. High MPV, but we can afford him, and I think he's going to be a nice option if you wanted to go any of those 3 guys over the Palmeiras midfielders. But we'll see. For attackers, Dudu is probably going to be my captain this week. High price, high MPV, but he's such a good attacking threat for Palmeiras. Arthur as well hasn't had great XG so far this season in the league, but he's performed well in other competitions. Rony hasn't had a goal or assist this season in the league. He did have that golazo marked off for kind of a questionable offside last week. Might have been goal of the season, and unfortunately it was rolled out for him and for everyone, really. Goal of the season, probably should have stood. It's going to be in the number 9. It doesn't really play the full 90, but I do like him as an option. If you wanted to go Fortaleza's Gallardo, he's had great stats, XG-wise, so far. Lucero has not, but he's done well in other competitions. Cheap price for Fortaleza. I think many people will go for Cano for Fluminense. Good MPV, but it's just tough to go against the Palmeiras guys. Really good matchup this week. So yeah, here you can see the matchups this week. Palmeiras at 81%. That might be the highest all season. We'll have just an insane match to exploit, especially when the other top teams are away. You know, Botafogo is away. Flamengo, Sao Paulo. Tough matchups for those guys. Atletico Mineiro as well. It's unnecessary to go against Palmeiras this week when we can just load up on those guys. All eggs in one basket, yes, but it's a good basket to have, and really all I see is like Fortaleza. Maybe if Iago Pikachu is starting, we go with him in the midfield. Other than that, it's all Palmeiras for me. So here's my lineup this week. Very Palmeiras heavy, obviously. I do have the Palmeiras coach. You can't see it on the screen, but I do have Abel. Hoping for a clean sheet. They have pretty much the highest clean sheet percentage odds all season that we'll see. Arrascaeta is a nice pick. Keep an eye out on the news if he's expected to start or not. And then Pochettino will have that lineup tomorrow. But Captain Dudu, triple Palmeiras attack. Going for Palmeiras this week. So we'll see. And good luck. I'll see you next time.